Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here, and welcome to my craft room. I'm continuing on with my series of Just Use That designer paper. We all have that stash of coveted paper hiding in our corners of our craft rooms, and I've been doing a series I've been doing a series on you just use it on with my so you can always buy more. That's my theory, because the papers are amazing and they come out with new ones all the time. Okay, so just let me get myself organized here, and before I get going, hello Shannon and Norma and Janet and everyone. So before I get going, I want to show you a couple of cards that I received today. I love receiving cards. Let me put one of them back in its envelope so you can see that, get the entire effect. Of course, there's stamp and seal on this one, so maybe I better not. No, it's not going to open so that I can close it. Okay, so the first one I received. Hello, Holly and Sharon. Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, lots of peeps tonight. Okay, so the first one I received is from, let me check, make sure. Whoops. That was the money that was in it. Was from my friend. Uh-oh. Sorry. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and that was a message coming in. So, from my friend Valerie in Powell River sent me this beautiful card. Isn't it amazing? And it's really apropos because I'm using the same basic stuff today. And she took some of the, what are these called? And colored them with, I would imagine, her red Stampin' Blends. They were clear and they were gold. They were fun though. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, so that one was from Valerie. And this one came in its own little envelope. And I'm covering up the address so I don't share Norma's address. And this one was from Norma, and she hand-delivered it today when she had to come and pick some stuff up. So, whoops, inside is this gorgeous, gorgeous card. Is that not stunning? So she sponged the background, but she paid attention to where the flowers were on this die cut that is from the succulents dies. And then she colored her ribbon. This is the ribbon that we had at Christmas time. And there's some of the blue gems. Isn't that lovely? I really, really, really like getting cards. So thank you, Norma and Valerie. You brightened up my day. I'm just going to put this check away before I lose it. Because, you know, things get lost in my craft room. Okay, so we're going to make another Just Use That designer paper card today. This is a different kind of a fun fold. And this one I've made a ribbon closure for it. And the one I'm going to do with you live does not have ribbon. Mine too? Mine too what, Valerie? Sorry. Did I miss a comment somewhere? Hello, Yvonne. Oh, got lots of peeps. Okay, so this is the Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon. I love it. And I'm just going to open it up. So it has the free stamp set, the celebration one that says Berry Blessings. And you can get it and the paper that I'm using is also part of the suite. It's a Level 2 celebration. Oh, stuff gets lost in the craft room. You're right, it does. Okay, so this one opens up this way. Now, if I didn't have the ribbon holding it closed, it would accordion out. But because I've put the ribbon on there and attached it underneath, it's not free floating, so it doesn't accordion out, but you get this fun fold. So the one I'm going to make tonight, I'm not going to put the ribbon on so you can see the fun fold part of it. And then I made a matching envelope. Yep, right into those envelopes. Yep. Sometimes it's right there. I hear you. Okay, so I used almost an entire piece of designer paper. So the measurements on this are 5.5 by 12. Okay, so this isn't the one. I had to cut 2 pieces of the designer paper. The one I used almost the entire is the one for next Thursday, which, surprise, surprise, I already has prepped. Already have prepped. So I have an 8 by 8 piece I'm going to make an envelope out of. This one is 5.5 by 12. Oops, I lost one of the flowers. And then it's scored at 2, 5, and 8. So when you fold it folds up in various lengths. So you can have it either this way, or you can fold it the other way and have this part showing. Of course, I would have to score it differently because then my strawberries would be upside down. But I decided to do it this way. Hello, just call me blonde. There we are. So that. And then I have a strip that is 1 1/8 by 5. And I'm going to put that on the inside. And this is going on a 5.5 by 4 1/4 inch base. So I'm just using that as for stability. This is where the card is. And then on the inside, at least I think it was 5.5 by 4 1/4. Let me check. 4 1/4. Yep, 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then this goes on there. So on the inside, we're going to put a piece that is 3 3/4 by 5 on there. And then this strip here. And I'll probably turn it over and do that just for some contrast. And then I have a piece of Granny Apple Green that I'm going to die cut on the front. Then I'm going to layer a piece of the, what's it called? Love You Always foil. And this is the Sahara Sand color. Let me take my recipe off. And then I have a piece of white that is 2 by 3.5, and I'm going to die cut that as well, and it's going to layer on the top. And then I have a piece that's 3/4 by 3 for the sentiment. And I have some of these, because instead of stamping on the front, I'm going to layer some pieces on the front. Okay. Let's just tuck this ribbon under because it's going to get in the way. So I'm going to die cut the Granny Apple Green and the Whisper White first and get it over with so I don't forget to do it. Let me do a little cleaning job on my plate here. So my paper pumpkin arrived this afternoon. And I'm going to go live at 8 o'clock with the paper pumpkin kit. So I hope you can come back at 8. I'm going to stop this live and come back with the other one so that they're separate. And I have a special for anybody that wants to give the paper pumpkin a try for a month. Okay, I'm going to run this through. Do-do-do-do. There we are. There's one. And there's the other one. So that's it for die cutting. That's all the die cutting I'm going to do because I've already pre-cut all of these because I cut them out by hand. Well, not the flowers. I didn't cut the flowers out by hand. Okay. So let's layer the foil onto the Granny Apple Green and get it done. Whoops, let's put the die cut the right way up though. There we go. Okay, that's done. Now, my thoughts are, see if it's going to work. Strawberry. I should have taken a picture of before when I had it all laid out. Strawberry, strawberry, or strawberry leaf, and then a couple of flowers. Something like that. And then the sentiment's going to go across there like that. So that's sort of what I want. I'm thinking strawberry should be flat. Okay, it disappeared. It was doing so good. There it is. And then the leaves will be flat. So did everybody have a good day today? It was kind of chilly. Every time I looked out, it was doing something different. It was snowy, and then it was rainy, and then it was snowy, and then it was rainy, and oh my good Lord, didn't know what it was doing today. And I had to go out. Had an appointment at 11:30. Thankfully, it wasn't snowing then, and the rain kind of calmed down a bit too. Okay, tuck those leaves under there. I haven't pushed them down yet, and then we'll add a flower, and then we'll add another flower. So that one needs to be up on dimensionals. Put that there. This one I think I'll put flat. Is anybody out there? You're awfully quiet. There's another message. Sorry, peeps, I'm live. Oh, that's not where I wanted it. Oh, pay attention, Mollet. Pay attention. Oh. I want that one over here. This one I'm going to put up on dimensionals. My hands are so cold. And I decided tonight I was not cooking. Multitasking. That's good. Yeah, decided that hubby was picking up dinner on his way home. There we go. How's that? Then it's going to layer onto there like that. So, let me know what you think. If there should be one more flower, maybe. Okay. Now we're going to take our designer paper and attach it to the card base. I have a cord in my way. Hi, Marlene. Oh, Coronation Street. Oh my God, Coronation Street. So good right now. I like it because they do a lot of storylines that are really difficult storylines. Thank you, Carmen and Janet, and hi Marlene. Yeah, they do the difficult storylines. And Todd is back. Oh my God, Todd. Look at how this one matches up. It looks like one full... look at that. That is cool. Okay. There we are. Now the inside piece, I'm going to put designer paper on there. Yeah, they've got... I watched yesterday's today, and there was a car accident. And of course, they're back in the hospital again. Seems like every show, somebody's in the hospital or in jail. Or going to jail, or going to court to stay out of jail. Yes, Todd is a brat. He's more than a brat. He's one of those characters that you wish you could just take and shake. Does he really have to be that mean and nasty? But you know what? What would a soap opera be without a mean and nasty? Oh, and does anybody watch Young and the Restless? Did you watch it today? Getting my Pacific Point out. And I'm going to stamp on the inside. It says, "You always have a way of making my day." So today, or yesterday on Young and the Restless, they brought back the actor that used to play Brad. Do they not think that we know it's Brad? Like, he died in a frozen lake. He fell through the ice and he died in a frozen lake. And it was really gruesome because they had a picture. The last thing you saw of him was him floating on the top of the lake underneath the ice. It was really bizarre. And it stayed with me, and it has stuck in my brain because this probably happened 8 or 9 years ago, but that always stuck in my brain, that one picture. And now they brought the guy back that used to play Brad. And every time I look at him, I think it's Brad, but it's not Brad. I'm having issues because I'm right at the very end. Oh, those are my two morning passions. Well, 3 actually. I like my French vanilla decaf coffee in the morning, and then watch Coronation Street first, and then if I have time, I sit and watch Young and the Restless, or I put it on when I'm in my office. So that's how my days start out. And it's a soap, and it could very well end up being Brad, but I'm just waiting to see when Tracy sees him, because that'll be the tell. Like, surely to God he would know coming back, even though he grew a beard, he's still Brad. I think they made a mistake bringing this guy back, and they turfed the guy that was playing. Oh, what was his name? I don't know the new ones. I know the old ones. Chance. They told him his character is no longer required right now. He's just gone away. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. I want it overlapping here with a little bit more on this side than that side, because to make it centered, it kind of has to be like that. Or I can put it right, that looks better, right there. Okay, but I have to do this upside down and take my pencil and mark it, because I don't want to put adhesive on this side or I'll glue my card shut. Yeah, so they're in the middle of this storyline, him and his wife. Yep, her name will come to me soon too. Are in the middle of trying to have a baby, and he was just diagnosed with low sperm count. So now they're going to do the surrogate thing. They found a surrogate mother, and she's searching for a father, and doing this all without him because he's no longer on the show. Maybe he was hypothermic and not dead and lots of memory and just found his way back. Oh, Rosemary, that's entirely probable. Laughable, but probable. Okay, so this is going to go on here now. We'll just put some adhesive on that. Yeah, it's funny how they do that. Nobody really dies. Well, there's been a few that really died. Priscilla, they never brought Priscilla back after she fell off a cliff and supposedly drowned in a river. They never did bring her back. And I was sure they'd bring her back at some point. But nope. And that was like 20, 25 years ago they did that. So there's the card. And look at that. How easy is that, eh? So now the sentiment. I might just change my mind on the sentiment and not make it quite so big. Maybe just I'll find one that'll fit in there. Let's see. This one has only big sentiments. Well, it has bountiful blessings. Let's see if that'll fit there. Maybe I'll just stamp that instead of that great big huge one. Okay, but what color? Okay, tell me what color. Real, no, Poppy Parade. I think it's Poppy Parade in this. Red or Shaded Spruce or Old Olive or Pacific Point. Pacific Point is this color. So you need to tell me what color I need to stamp the sentiment in. I'll just put this one away. And then I'll go get that. Old Olive, Spruce. Okay, keep going. Let's find out what colors is in there. Balmy Blue, Blackberry Bliss. Oh, we could do Blackberry Bliss. Coral, Cobbler. Cobbler? There's Cherry Cobbler in there? Weird. Daffodil, Flirty. Garden. Granny Apple, Night of Navy. Poppy Parade, Razzleberry, Shaded Spruce. Yeah, what color? So I don't really see any Balmy Blue. There's a little bit here, but it's too light. Blackberry Bliss we don't see, just a teeny tiny bit. Calypso Coral's not there at all. Cherry Cobbler, nope. I think it needs to be Shaded Spruce. What do you think? Shaded Spruce? Spruce? Yes, I got a few for Shaded Spruce. So, this paper, only available another, what is today? Today is the 18th. So, 10 more days and this is gone. Disappear forever. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this in Shaded Spruce on this little piece here, and then we'll lay it on there and see what it looks like. I was creating a card today for my club in April. We're doing Grace's Garden, and I had pieces stamped everywhere so that I could see what they looked like. Oh, look at that, ladies. That's perfect. Maybe I need to pop that up. I definitely like shaded spruce. Let's just see. Let's give it a little trim here. And then we'll put it on there and see what it looks like. Oops. I need my mini trimmer. Hang on. Let's see if I can cut this straight. Yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens with the Brad storyline that's not really Brad. When he showed up, I kind of sat here with my mouth open. It's like, really? Like, how can they bring him back? And him not be Brad. Bountiful Blessings definitely needs to be shaded spruce. And I think I'll pop it up. Yes, I took the plastic guard off my trimmer because I couldn't cut things small enough. It's true, I did. I'm a rebel. I cut my words out. I took my guard off. Yes, he's playing the part of, what's those? They're from Los Angeles. They're in the garment business where Sally, what's her name, was working. Is it Spencer or something? Oh, look at this card. Is that awesome? Let's do some Winky. Oops. I have the lid and not the pen. Foresters. There you go. I think he's playing one of those. Of course, they always change the Foresters when they bring them in. They're never the same people. But I can't remember exactly because I watch it while I'm crafting and sometimes I'm listening but not paying attention, you know. Putting some Winky on here. Oh, I've been watching Young and the Restless since 1974. I think it was year 1 or year 2 that it was born. That's how long I've been watching it. There we go. I love this card. This is truly... My girlfriend and I used to have, in grade 11 and 12, we had five classes each day. So we had 3 in the morning and lunch and then 2 in the afternoon. And we used to have class, spare, lunch, spare, and then class. So we used to go home for our first spare to her house. And her mother would have, I think I've told this story before, her mom would have strawberry or peanut butter and strawberry jam sandwiches ready for us. And we used to eat, she'd make bread and then she'd make us each a sandwich. And we'd sit there and watch Young and the Restless with her. And then I would scoot home and get my horse. And Paula would get her horse. And we would go riding and then go back to the school for our very last class. And tie our horses up outside. We lived on Salt Spring at the time, so it was quite rural. We had such a good grade 11 and 12. But shh, don't tell my children I did that. We went to every class. We never skipped out on class. We took things like community rec and agriculture and got to do all sorts of fun things. Ah, yes. Mid-80s. That was a good era, too. Of course, I had children then, so it wasn't as good as the 70s. Not that I know, because being only 23, I wasn't there in the 70s, right? Every time I say that, I can see my grandchildren going, "Oh, Grandma." Sometimes they have retro episodes on, and it's kind of fun to watch those old episodes. Jill and her hair, how big her hair was. And everybody had no wrinkles. It was fun. We had to watch Another World. My cousin was Olivia in the show, and my dad watched it daily. Aw, that's kind of cool to have a cousin that was actually in a show. Okay. Another World, yes. Used to watch that one too. When we lived up north in the middle of nowhere, there wasn't much to do in the world besides watch TV and read. Okay, I'm doing my envelope now. The envelope is 8 by 8. And, oops, I'm doing the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch one. And you start at 3 1/2. So you put your paper in at 3 1/2, and then you score it. And then you don't ever pay attention to that again after you get the first one done. So you put this in at 3 1/2, punch and score. And then when you turn it, you put the score line where that Peter Pointer thing is right there, and punch and score and turn it until you've done all 4 sides. And then there's a little corner rounder at the back that I rounded the top. The young and the breastless. Yeah, well, they are not breastless, especially Nikki. She is now. Now that she's old. She used to be a stripper on the show. Of course, they call it exotic dancer, not stripper. Did I get adhesive on that? Can't tell with the paper. There we are. There's our envelope. Just that easy. I should have gotten a hold of We Are Memory Keepers and told them that I'm promoting their product. Maybe they would have given me an affiliate link or something. I think I've sold 7 or 8 of them for them so far in the past month. There's our cards. So this one is tied shut and only opens up like this. It won't open. I can take the ribbon off if I really wanted to, but I kind of like tying it closed because it's pretty. Oh, I haven't put any bling on there. So I just give it a little bit of a bow. And it's good mind-numbing TV watching for an hour or so. Okay, there's that one with the ribbon and this one without the ribbon. Well, let's just put some. Oh, good. Well, you got to use that paper somehow, right? Okay, now I have to put hearts on there. Let's stick one there. And we'll put one down here. And we'll put another one up here. There we go. I love these resin hearts. They were out of stock for a while. And the heart charms that were out of stock for quite a while are back. The measurements for the card. Okay, Designer paper was 5 1/4 by 12. And it is scored at 2, 5, and 8. And then it's sitting on a card base that is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So it's 1/4 of a sheet of cardstock. So 5 1/4 by 12, scored at 2, 5, and 8. And the card base, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fun? So the cards from Monday night, anybody who commented on my post on Monday night got their name in a draw for the card. The card was mailed out today. So be on the lookout and let me know when you get it. So, because I'm not telling anybody who won, it'll be a surprise. Thanks, Gloria. So, anybody got any questions about this card? Anything you want to say? I have about 10 minutes, and then I have to end it, and we're going to go on. I'm going back on at 8 o'clock. And do the paper pumpkin because it arrived this afternoon. Oh, and I can't, I was going to show you the card, Valerie, but I can't because it's gone out in the mail. And I might just have mailed both of them out. Oh, I'm sharing a secret. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret between you and me. You're very welcome, Shannon. I love this paper, and I am so sad that it's going away. So next Thursday, I have another fun fold for you using designer paper. Again, it's all going to be about the world next Thursday. And I used almost an entire 12 by 12 sheet. I think there's like this much of the sheet left. Oh, good. Norma, I don't have a question about card, but how do you open ink without having it all over your fingers? Oh, yeah, that's always the question of the day. Okay, let me move my cards out of the way. So there is a little trick, and it's not really a trick. Are you ready? You put your fingers up here, and you just pinch, and it pops them open. That's it. And then when you go to close it, there's a hole here. Put 2 fingers in there and push with your thumb. So you pull with these 2 fingers, push with that thumb till it comes out, and then you just flip it around. Just, see? That's all you have to do to open it, is just pinch it up there. The other way, of course, to open it is to just grab it like this and pull up. Like that. So it's 2 ways to open it. Yes, Gloria, every month I do a paper pumpkin unveiling when it arrives in my craft room, and we make one of each project that's in there. Holly, I still get ink on my hands too, but I figured that's just part of the fun part of stamping. Well, you know, Valerie, I can tell and tell and tell them, but until you're ready to listen, sometimes you're thinking of other things and it doesn't register. But that's why I tell stuff more than once. You're very, very welcome. Yes, it's easier. I don't do it. I prefer to do this. I'm just impatient. You store them this way because when you close them, you flip the pad upside down. So the pad's upside down, stored this way. And you always want to store your ink pads upside down because it keeps the ink on the top of them. So yes, I always store them label side up. Now, if you're getting ink running out of it, it means they're over inked. So just take a paper towel and dab, dab, dab some of the ink off and just clean it up with the baby wipe. It just means that when they were manufactured, too much ink was applied to them. Some of them, you'll get them still sealed in the plastic and they'll be full of ink. There's nothing wrong with them. Just wipe them down with a baby wipe and blot some of the ink off with a paper towel. You're very welcome. I'm a wealth of useless information. That's why you guys get told things more than once, because I never remember what I've told you. Okay, taking a drink of tea to see if there's any more questions. I'm happy to answer any questions. Is anybody interested in learning any more about getting the Happy Stamper Kit? Let me know. I'm happy to discuss it with you. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, I'm going to end. It's okay, because you know what? They say you have to do something. What was it? 3 weeks or something before it becomes a habit. So it is what it is, and I can always say it more than once. Okay. No more questions. I will say goodbye for now. I'll be back in 18 minutes with Paper Pumpkin. And anybody that wants to give Paper Pumpkin a try next month, I have a little bit of a special for you. But you won't find out until you come back at 8 o'clock. I'll be doing Paper Pumpkin live. Stamp and Smiles, thanks so much for joining me tonight. And I'll see you in 17.5 minutes. You're very welcome, Holly. And I'm glad you can make your envelope. Yay! Lots of designer paper is going to get used. Thanks, ladies. Bye for now.